Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, Super Football Edition. Today, we are going to be wrapping up the college football 2021-2022 season, and we are going to be talking about the beginning of the NFL playoffs set to take place this Saturday. Speaking of college football, we got the college football expert with us, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. And we also, for the NFL, got the NFL expert with us, Justin Ackendale. How are you doing today, sir?
Great.
Okay. Well, Byron, the season concluded. We just had the national championship this past Monday. And before we talk about the Buckeyes and the Rose Bowl and talk about the championship game, I do have to issue an apology to the Georgia Bulldogs. I've been watching college football a long time, probably super heavily in 2002 when the Buckeyes won their first championship. That was a long time ago. And the Georgia Bulldogs have always had the case of choking in big games. I can bring up, I know every roster that they choked. 2008, quarterback Matt Stafford, running back Doshan Marino, Muhammad Massaquoi, AJ Green. They're the ranked number one team in the country. And they didn't even make it to the SEC championship game. Go to 2012, you had Aaron Murray, Todd Gurley, Malcolm Mitchell, King, Bennett. They did not make it far either. Go to 2014, you had Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel on the team. And they did not go far either. You talk about the national championship with Tua, Devontae Smith. They lost that too. Just a couple years ago, they were number 2, supposed to coast, lost to South Carolina. Georgia's had a big thing of choking in my lifetime of college football, and I thought they were going to choke again. And I was wrong. Georgia pulled it out. I told Cedric I'd issue an apology, so I apologize to Georgia fan base. You guys pulled it out, and congratulations to you guys. Now, with that out of the way, Byron, let's talk about the Buckeyes.
You are not shit. You ain't even gonna fucking talk about the game.
The Rose Bowl.
You give these niggas they kudos and then you say, "Oh, on to Ohio State." That was funny.
The Rose Bowl was before that, so we're gonna go back to them. I got more things I want to say, but let's talk about what happened on New Year's Day with the Rose Bowl.
Let's talk about it. It was a great game. Ohio State ended up winning 48-45 in a thrilling fourth quarter finish. The Buckeyes did their thing in the second half. They started slow. At the end of the second quarter, the score was, I believe it was 35-21 in favor of Utah. But then we just full throttle did our thing. CJ Stroud ended with 573 yards, 6 touchdowns, and an interception. Travion Henderson had 17 carries, 83 yards, no touchdowns. He was our leading rusher. Jackson Smith and Jigba had himself a game. 15 receptions, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr., 6 catches, 71 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So they were the lion's share of our receiving yards. Great game. At the end, our kicker, Noah Ruggles, kicked the game-winning field goal and waved bye to Utah, and that was it.
So that game, for people who didn't watch, as Byron just said, we had to come back in the fourth quarter because let's just not mince words. We were getting our asses whooped the whole game.
Yes.
Like that defense was on, our OSU defense was on full display on national television on New Year's Day of how bad it is. And we had kick returns. Like I just didn't think we could get any worse. And then we're giving up 40 plus points to Utah. But on the flip side, they couldn't stop us, and we just got one more stop than they did. Byron, when you look back at the season, Ohio State, the offense, Chris Olave finished the year with 65 receptions, 936 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's obviously going to the pros. Garrett Wilson, 70 receptions, 1,058 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's going to the pros. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 97 receptions, 1,606 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's going to be if not the early favor for the Balistikoff for the top wide receiver award right now going into next year. And then the guy that everyone wanted benched third game just completed 72% of his passes, 4,435 yards, 44 touchdowns, and 6 picks. But
we had a great offense. We were actually with the number 1 overall offense in all of NCAA this year.
So now with that in the book, it was a good way to end the year, because if we would have lost to Michigan and then lose to Utah going into our first game of the year of Notre Dame to start the year, that would have been some bad momentum. So going into this next year, what are you expecting for these Buckeyes? Like, what do they need to do to, I can't believe I'm going to say this, beat Michigan and then go to the college football playoffs again?
Well, the first thing that we need to do is fix our defense, which we are starting to do, because we just hired Jim Knowles, who is the former OK State defensive coordinator. While he was at OK State this year, Oklahoma State finished 8th in points per game allowed, 10th in passing yards allowed per game, 5th in rushing yards allowed per game, and 3rd in total yards allowed per game. And they were the leader in sacks. So with that hire, we're definitely going to get a better defense. So I think that is the number one thing that we need to work on this off season, whether it's, getting more transfers or something, but we just definitely need to work on our defense this whole off season is my number 1 priority.
And Cedric just hopped in. Thank you, Cedric, for hopping in. Do you have anything you want to say about the game, what we need to improve on for going into this next season?
He Byron hit the nail on the head. Defense. Honestly, after watching him, I was a little worried about how we would perform without our main 2 receivers. And it was fine. That was the least of our worries. Our defense is still just
bad.
It's bad. Utah. This isn't even I understand Utah on the Pac-12 and everything, but still it's Utah.
Yeah, I would say Ohio State hasn't had a good defense really per se. If you take out the Chase Young year in 2019 when we lost to Clemson in the semifinals, our defense has not been too good since the 2014 season.
I definitely agree. It's been 7 years since we had a great defense, and it's time to get back to that.
I want to know who this guy's bringing with him.
That is true. If he's bringing his own staff or if he's going to keep some people. I've already seen some movement, but you want people.
I had to be the one to be like that, but I know some of them people been chilling nice, getting nice and fat off LSU money, thinking their jobs are protected.
Byron, was it you or Cedric in the Oregon game that we talked about that you wanted Kerry Combs gone?
That was Byron.
That was me. I said that last year after we lost embarrassed by Alabama. I said Kerry Combs needed to be gone.
Do you want Jeff Knowles to keep him, or you want him to say it's time for you to go, man?
Well, we need him for now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They might keep him in the booth.
What?
Right.
He ain't calling no plays.
Right, he stopped calling plays in the middle of the season.
Well, that Oregon game was.
I'm just knows. And Ryan Day's
his coaches are all niggas, man. He gonna have a place on the
special teams. He can put on special teams. What does that do special teams?
Shoot, last time we saw special teams, we let someone run a kickoff return.
That's true.
Maybe we shouldn't put him on special teams.
Our defense was just horrendously bad. It's just been very bad.
He old as fuck too, isn't he? About to retire?
Yeah, he could.
I know his PSL loan is filled out.
But no, our defense is horrendous, and that's why when we hired Knowles, I was happy about it. But then I got mad that in our own backyard, Marcus Freeman again came and took James Laurinaitis off 97.1 The Fan, won the top linebacker, All-American at Ohio State, took him from literally downtown Columbus and is taking him to Notre Dame to be the linebacker coach. I was very pissed because I'm
You
like,
got no loyalty to y'all. That's his nigga.
first of all, that's not the point. The point is that if he was interested in a linebacking job, what were we offering him, if not anything? And why
Not anything?
Because we can match Notre Dame financially easy. That's my problem.
I don't know. Them Catholics got money.
Hey, they do got money, but hey, those donors, hey, my pops gets he gets
how many kids Laurinaitis got?
He has 3. He has 3 daughters.
Oh, they pay for all of them to go to school.
Yeah.
Like, because I know
I'm serious, they all going to Catholic school too, getting that good education.
But when he announced it, I'm at work. He's like, oh yeah, James is going to Notre Dame. I'm like, excuse me?
Was he coaching before, or is this his first job?
First
This is his first job, yeah.
First job. He's been on the Fan, and then obviously he was in the NFL. But I mean, our linebackers, we haven't had a notable linebacker in Joshua Shazier. That's 2000. That's after James.
Yeah.
I bet you Marcus Freeman lured him out, talked him into it, because that does seem odd. If he wanted the coaching job, he could have been at Ohio State way before. So I feel like Marcus Freeman kind of talked him into it. That's probably what happened there.
If I had to imagine, I guarantee you there was probably some politics with it too, where it's if he goes to Ohio State, you already know he's an alumni, all the pressure and stuff. You got like the Ryan Day camp of everything. And who knows, maybe what's his face? Kerry Combs was a problem too. He didn't want to be under Kerry Combs. It's possible.
That's true. My problem is that Monday, right before they announced it on the Fan, they announced it like literally at the 11 o'clock hour. 9 o'clock, he was literally talking about Brian Hartline and how Ohio State needs to be like, don't think just because he's an alum that he's going to stay here. Like, because other schools were asking James, because they're boys, like, what would it take to lure Brian Hartline away from OSU? Brian Hartline. So it's like, once he started saying that, I'm like, oh, OSU might have lowballed him because he's an alum. And then he's like, all right, I'll go over there. And obviously, OSU saw that, gave Brian Hartline a position that doesn't even exist, passing coordinator,
right?
Just to give him a raise. So he's the best wide receivers coach in the country. He's the best coach and the best recruiter, and it's not even close. So if someone else starts offering
County,
hey, shout out to Stark County. So if someone started offering him money, but Byron, man, I'm hoping Knowles, he gets this defense in shape, because he's coming from Oklahoma State, which is a good fan base, but he's coming here, which by far is the most toxic fan base in college football. Once one of his corners get burned, they're going to be calling for his job.
Yes, yeah.
I hope he knows that. Like, he's going to start walking around short north and all that, and they're going to, okay. I just hope he knows. That's why I get nervous when people come to Ohio State. This is all we have. This is all we have in this city.
Well, all they have in Stillwater, Oklahoma is OSU football as well. I know it ain't the same as Columbus, but
they have a whole other Oklahoma team, though. You can cheer for the Sooners or the Cowboys. You can't cheer for any college team here.
You can cheer for the Bearcats here. The fuck you mean?
Come on, man. OSU Barstool just went at Cincinnati today. There's no loyalty between them.
That's true.
Damn, the season's over and we like that.
There's so many Notre Dame fans in Columbus too. They got plenty of options to cheer for.
Well, that's because it's a shit in the Catholics.
Yeah, that's a Catholics. Right. It's right over there. But it's like, and this Notre Dame, they're like, oh yeah, we won't have to worry about them anyway. It's not like you have
a rich white man's team.
It really is.
First of all, Notre Dame need to join a conference. Some niggas been playing themselves for years.
Yeah.
I mean,
niggas been making it to the listen. They got a formula right now. It's working for them.
I know. All they got to do is the same thing everyone else. Win all your games and you're in.
So we play a couple good, tough opponents. Pray to God we win.
We'll see if Marcus Freeman can do that.
His first year, if he beats Ohio
State, I saw that game he coached against who they playing? Oklahoma State. That game was terrible. They had them, and Oklahoma State came all the way back. I don't know. Defense gave up over 30. No.
Hey.
Well, with Laurinaitis there, it'd be all right.
If we stop over 30, that'd be good for us. We're out here giving up over 40.
Yeah, but y'all
just give up 40.
And we have more times.
Y'all average 40.
That is true. We average 40, but the times we average 20, we lose by 30.
Facts. There's no in between.
If we have a bad offensive game, it's a wrap.
As long as Ryan Day's there, y'all are good.
Well, Ryan Day, for all we know, could be out by tomorrow.
But
yes, he can.
That is an absolute. That is so.
Yeah, that is a absolute possibility.
We're recording Tuesday, January 11th. He could be gone by the end of this week because I think we didn't get to talk about this, Brian, because we've been gone for a bit. But Ryan Day's agent is a head candidate for the GM position for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Well, hopefully the Bears will get Brian Flores and everything will be all right.
I think he will, but OSU needs to give Ryan Day that check because it makes no sense. All these other Big Ten quarterbacks Big Ten coaches are getting paid $95 million to lose to OSU by 29 plus.
Hey, but like I'm with giving him money, but just don't be giving him no hardball because that deal is ridiculous.
Would you rather have him hardball money or Lincoln Riley money? Lincoln Riley should not have gotten that check. Let's just call that
but like
out.
you said, Big Ten. Lincoln Riley, listen, that's California money.
Even Justin hates that deal.
over there.
Justin was even floored by the Lincoln Riley deal.
He's scheduled to make $7.6 million next year. Ryan Day.
And a private jet.
Michigan State's coach is getting 9.5.
Yeah. 95 for 10 years. Yeah.
And all he did was just lose by almost 50 to OSU. And he got that deal that day.
Because he beat Michigan.
Well, that's true. But we're going to see, man. We start the year off with Notre Dame. We're on the road at Michigan State. We play Iowa and Wisconsin. Next year's schedule's not a joke.
That's some tough opponents.
But we'll see. But now go back to the national championship game because, Cedric, you did just hop in at the beginning. I did apologize, so I will say it again. I don't have to go through the full history. When you listen to this episode, just listen to the beginning because I laid that out. But I was wrong. Georgia came out through. The chokesters, they did not choke. I watched the pick six. I was floored. I couldn't believe it because I was like, oh, Pricing's going to lead them down the field, get the 2-point conversion. They're going to lose in overtime. And Georgia's going to Georgia. But I was wrong. And Cedric believed in them this year.
Like you weren't watching the whole game.
Oh, I was watching.
At that point in the game, you knew good and damn well that there was no way Alabama was about to score.
When they were down 8?
When they were down 8, there was no way. There was no way. Not from the game that I've been watching all fucking game. There was no way.
I thought they were going to score because we were watching earlier, and then Courtney was like, "Oh, it's only 6-3." Then Byron's like, "Oh yeah, Alabama could just score whenever they want." And then they throw this deep pass, and then Byron's just like, "See." But no, Alabama, they couldn't get any red zone points. Their top 2 receivers were out.
That's what lost them the game. If they would have converted in the red zone, they would have won.
Yeah, but they also didn't have their top 2 receivers.
Also,
didn't have the top 2 corners either. Like it was definitely a depleted Alabama. But fucking Will Anderson Jr.
But Cedric,
that was the best defensive player I saw last night.
But Cedric, man, you believed in them all year. What do you have to say about Georgia?
Good job. No, seriously, good job. I was watching that game. I was literally just watching Stetson Bennett. When he dribbled the football, I was like, "What are you doing out here, my nigga?" Like
first quarter, it was definitely over his head. The moment was definitely getting.
I was like, man, when he pulled back, when he threw that big ass bomb to Pickens, I was like, oh god, either this is gonna be a terrible pick, or this man's about to make some play right here. And when I saw that shit, I was like, all right, Stetson Bennett, all right, here we go. The defense. Their defense really stepped it up.
Yeah. They didn't want to be embarrassed again. They won 33.
Because unfortunately, like I hate to be the one to be like, shit, starting receivers, best receivers or not. I watched Tua Tagovailoa, whatever how the fuck you say his last name, come in the game and fuck people up
as a freshman.
And they're like, oh yeah, we got rid of the starting quarterback. We good. Nah, this nigga here is 5-star about to bust y'all asses out here.
Devontae Smith, good job. Overtime.
Way to keep it, man. Way to keep it. Keep on the grind. Honestly, like play until all those zeros are on the clock. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me my apology. I've been waiting a whole goddamn year for Martin to apologize on the sports take. And it took Georgia.
It took Georgia
to get it. I love it.
It's
Man,
also
Ray Charles, that's for you.
Oh
homie.
Lord! Well, I would say NBA is starting to get a little concerning because it's a different subject. Kawhi's looking like he might return this year, so.
Uh-oh.
Shit, Clay back, man. I saw Clay dunk on somebody. I was like, oh my God.
So I'm like, the apologies. But I do want to throw this out to y'all. Because I didn't even have to look the stat up, but I wanted to get it out. So 12 of the last 16 champions, which includes the BCS era. So since we lost to Florida in 06, 12 of the past 16 SEC teams, champions.
Stupid.
And obviously, Alabama, this run of Alabama's will never happen again in college football. But they obviously have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6. And they have 6 of the past 16 championships, Alabama. And obviously, they've played in this championship game against Georgia. They've played in the championship game they lost to against Clemson. And yeah, it's all SEC. Then Clemson, and then you have the one Ohio State dabbled in there, and then obviously 2013 was Jameis Winston. So,
Shit.
SEC is, I hate to say it, but it's probably the best conference in college football, and it makes me angry.
The best, they got the best top tier. Their 3 best teams consistently year in year out are probably the best. But once you get into like the middle.
They suck.
The bottom,
they suck. They're not.
You can't call them the best.
They keep their top tiers. They keep their top tiers protected, and they win their big game on the first Labor Day weekend, and don't play really anybody till they get in conference. And then sometimes it all depends. Like if Georgia doesn't go, if Florida's good, because Florida can beat Georgia when they're good. But if Florida's ass, Georgia instantly goes to the SEC championship game unless they, I can't even say it now because they just won. When they choke.
Yeah, I was about to say Florida came close to beating Alabama and Georgia whooped the dog shit
exactly. Alabama shouldn't even have been in that game if Auburn stops Bryce Young from the 1 yard line.
So Florida's defense in that Alabama game, they were still trying. By the time they played Georgia, they stopped giving a fuck. They're the
But
shit, I saw Dan Mullins running his goddamn mouth on TV yesterday.
Well, if Georgia was on their P and Qs, they would have beat Alabama the first time.
Well,
yeah.
But Alabama said they beat the brakes off of Georgia but then payback.
Georgia came back is like, you know what, bitch, I got some. Yes.
And we were to end like the season. We were talking about how Ohio State fans are talking about like national championship or bust, which is fine. The goals that we're trying to get.
Not like every year.
Yeah, that's the point. It's every year. But if you look, we act like we go every year. We do not. If you look, that championship in 2014, our last one was in 2002. That's a 12-year gap. If you look at the 2002 championship, our last one was like 1980.
Yeah.
Well, was it like that was also like BCS era, right? Like where you had to be like the number 1 team in the country, or the number 2 team in the country. If you were anywhere else, it did not matter.
That's true. It was BCS like era and stuff like that, but the SEC was also still like winning in that BCS era. What I was saying is that we need to sometimes like check ourselves. Like we are really good, but we need to enjoy what we have because. Like we were just talking about, if Ryan Day leaves, if we have a shit coach hire, it could all go to shit.
Yes. Yes, it can.
Because you can be
Ohio State's a great job, though. So I don't see you guys getting any bottom of the barrel candidate coach if that is the case.
They don't have to be bottom of the barrel. It's just if they don't fit, it all goes down. Like, shoot, look at, even though they're not the same, Scott Frost, when he got hired, was a must hire. Just came off an undefeated season, UCF, everything was going. Just doesn't click. Shoot, before this year, Jim Harbaugh, he wasn't beating us. He was about to be out the door. He beats us. Now
what you mean? He got like the legacy contract of a century.
That's actually the reason why people are talking about him leaving. They took that away this summer.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they took that away. That's why people are talking about the NFL about him leaving and then his agent using it as a ploy to get it back.
He going to Miami.
Also, a fun fact about the Miami job. The owner is like a board of trustees on Michigan, and he's trying to have Harbaugh stay at Michigan because he's already paying. Yeah, so he doesn't want him to come to Miami.
He's like, man, that's complete bullshit. That's complete nonsense. If Harbaugh wasn't your option, who the fuck are you going to hire if Brian Flores isn't good enough? Then
Brian Day.
Shit.
Well,
ooh, yeah.
Joe Judge. No, I'm kidding.
He got candidate too. Thank God.
Shit, what
if my nigga Flores would have lost his job and Joe Judge would have kept his, it would have been a serious problem. I would have had to call Roger Goodell.
Man, you know what? Hotline. You know who out there? Bob Stoops.
Bobby?
Bob Stoops, yeah.
Bro,
well, the reason I say that is only because like he came back, coached an Oklahoma team just for a bowl game.
They won.
Like nigga just showed up one day. It's like a pickup football game for him. He's like he shows up. All right. He's like, all right, Caleb. Yeah, you know you started. We got you. Who's this guy? I don't know your name, but I like you. Come on the field. We got you. Like,
oh my God.
I think when actually I know this. I don't know which coach left, but some coach left Wisconsin, and Barry Alvarez. He coached the Rose Bowl for him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one though, but.
No, you're right. You're right.
That happens. I mean, Bob Stoops can still coach. He ain't that old.
No, it's just the fact man was in the booth.
Right. The week before.
That's the thing. Barry Alvarez was the athletic director of Wisconsin, though, and he's coached them in the past. Stoops was really in the booth. This dude called the game for Fox, flew down to coach. Like, that is wild.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like he out there, man. You offer him some good money, I guarantee he'll come in with a suit and a tie.
Well, there's Eric the
and a whistle.
Too. I mean, you could offer him the job. But shoot, since Byron, anything else you wanted to say to end the OSU thing? Since we're about to transition to some NFL.
Great season. Let's do it again next year. I'm not gonna say championship or bust. I just want to beat Michigan next year.
Well, we gotta at least get to Indy. That's something. So that means we do have to beat Michigan.
Yeah. So beat Michigan, get to the Big Ten championship since we didn't make it this year. That's my main goal for next year for the Buckeyes.
All right. Let's transition. Cedric, do you have anything for the Buckeyes before we transition? Sorry.
And Denzel Burke, do not act a fucking fool this summer, please and thank you. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
we need not act a fucking fool. I don't need you calling Sean Wade and asking like how to be cool. Don't be thinking about no fucking extra ass shit. Don't be tweeting no, I'm the best shutdown corner in the country. It's like just Knowles is coming. Let's just get these dubs. That's all I can say. Let's just get these dubs.
My only thing that I want to say in the OSU thing, since we start off with Notre Dame, is I'll be paying attention. If Caleb Williams goes to Notre Dame, that could be a problem.
Hopefully he stays at Oklahoma. Yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Los Angeles.
Oh, that's gross.
Los Angeles, what?
USC.
Go be with Lincoln.
Yeah.
Man, actually, he'd probably get paid a lot of money up there. Not at that. I mean, if Lincoln can get a fucking private jet, then yeah, Caleb.
I'm not even talking about NLI, bro. Like Lincoln Riley, like getting quarterbacks into the NFL is undefeated. Like that can't be disputed.
Oh no, that cannot be. He just, he can't win the big one either. So this is college version. We ain't talking about getting into the league.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not with tribalism of college.
Tribalism. I love this.
Justin, how many teams get in the NFL playoffs each side? 8?
7, so 14 total.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason I asked that is because last time we did the Super Pod, and just showing how things have changed in some way.
Super Pod.
We the playoff picture back then in the AFC, Tennessee was 1, Baltimore was 2, New England 3, Kansas 4, Cincinnati 5, Los Angeles 6, and Buffalo was 7. And then in the NFC, Arizona was 1, Green Bay 2, Tampa Bay 3, Dallas 4, Rams 5, Minnesota 6, New Orleans 7. Obviously, a lot has changed in a month, Justin. A lot has changed.
Yeah, it definitely have. The AFC getting into it was just one big complete goddamn mess. Like, so going into Sunday, I was about 1,000% sure we would have seen the Colts in there. The Colts were on like a 1-game losing streak because they lost to the Raiders a week before, but they came all the way back. They had like a 1-4 start. They weren't doing that bad, and they had to play the Jacksonville Jaguars at Jacksonville in Duval, and they absolutely shit the bed. I mean, got destroyed, which kept shitty ass Pittsburgh alive. When we done our podcast, we've been saying that Pittsburgh is not good.
They're not good.
They beat Baltimore on Sunday because Lamar Jackson isn't playing. He got hurt a few weeks back. So Pittsburgh's alive. They win overtime on Sunday. And then we get to the Sunday night football game, Chargers Raiders, where the scenario here is if they tie the game, they both get in, Steelers are out. And whoever went, and if it wasn't a tie, whoever won got in. So at the beginning of Sunday, it was win and get in. Indy loses. 16-point favorite, by the way. Stupid. 16-point favorite, lose to Jacksonville. Now we got Chargers on Raiders. Great football game. Gets all the way to overtime. Justin Herbert is just incredible. On the last drive, to tie the game up, to get it into overtime, he's just fourth down, just getting completions, getting first downs, all that stuff. Then we get into overtime. Get all the way to overtime. They trade a pair of field goals. Raiders get the ball. They got like 3 minutes left. Still, they're working down the field, and the tie is totally in play now. So we're thinking, I'm sitting on my couch thinking, oh, they're just about to tie this thing up. So it's like 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Clock's running. Raiders are thinking about running the play. Play clock gets down to like 5 seconds. It's third down. Brandon Staley, the Chargers head coach, calls a timeout. Stops the game. He said he wanted to get into their best run defense because they knew the Raiders were going to run. Raiders on the next play, third down, bust a 10-yard run, kick the field goal, game's over. Just crazy.
So I'm going to just be honest. That Colts game, I have to really think back. That is the worst loss I've seen in probably the past 10 years.
Terrible.
That's unacceptable. How do you go from 2 weeks ago, literally the team no one wants to play the playoffs, to you're not even in?
I mean, they throw up on themselves against the Raiders 2 weeks ago, and then on Sunday they absolutely lay a fucking egg against the Jaguars. I mean, they haven't won there in like the past 5 times. They haven't won in Jacksonville, which is weird. Like divisional opponent NFL shit's just weird. But yeah, man, it was terrible. I mean, Jacksonville was just getting after Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz just wasn't about it. They couldn't get the running game going, which is how they win games, to hide Carson Wentz because he sucks. It was just bad. It really was bad. They gotta look at themselves in the mirror this offseason because that was terrible. They should have been the playoff team. Like if they would have got in, they certainly could have snuck their way to the Super Bowl. Like it's crazy. Yeah,
and you instantly said it. This guy, we've talked about him, especially last year with the Eagles. Carson Wentz, you suck. He sucks. It's look, man. The guy was almost MVP. If he could get hurt, he would have won. But he sucks. I'm over it now. That was just bad. Justin, you and I, we followed the whole Carson Wentz trade saga last year. How he basically leaked it out that he wanted to trade. because Jalen Hurts got drafted. And Lord and behold, I don't know how the hell Philadelphia got in, but they're in the fucking playoffs. So it's like, looks like Philly won that. They dropped that money, and Carson comes there. Like you said perfectly, Justin. They hide him. When they're winning, it's because of Jonathan Taylor and that elite defense. They're one quarterback away from being Super Bowl contenders, and they thought Carson was it, and he's not. He sucks.
The Colts led the league in takeaways. Yeah. The defense was not the problem. The running game certainly wasn't the fucking problem. Like, I mean, I think this game on Sunday was real. I mean, it's really on the coach. It's like that situation, the coach has to let the players know like what's in front of them, what they're playing for, what these games means. And then in 2 straight weeks, Raiders at home and then a fucking 2-win team, and they don't get the job done. And they're the better football team. Like, it's just something that shouldn't happen.
And you don't go to the playoffs because you lose that game. I don't know, man. I'm already starting to think, honestly, which he'll probably hate when he listens to this, but Indiana's got to start thinking about getting that Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes when the year's over.
Well,
yeah, I mean, they definitely should, but I'm not going to lie. Well, we're about to get into the games, but if Green Bay goes to the Super Bowl, I just don't see that. I just don't see him leaving. Like,
he is
the
weird.
Packers are a great team. Like,
but he's weird.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I cannot defend him on some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, but on the football field, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay is a good team. They're in a shit division. Like, they're the only team in the NFC North to make the playoffs. After the last podcast I said, "Oh, the Minnesota Vikings, we gotta be scared of them," and they fucking shit the bed. So I just don't see Green Bay. I just don't see him leaving Green Bay.
Well, Justin, the last podcast we did, remember, Minnesota was 5th. They were 6th, right? They were 6th, right behind the Rams.
Yeah, I know. And they lost a couple down the stretch, and don't get in. That's how.
Let's go over to that. And also with the Steelers, man, I don't even. It shows that Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches of this generation, because there's no way that team gets there without coaching in the defense. Like, it's
yeah.
Besides his coaching, he's essentially run the defense. Like, that's his defense. He's a defensive head coach. Like, shit. You ask me, we should give TJ Watt some MVP votes.
TJ,
I'm dead serious. When he plays for the Steelers, they can beat anyone, despite what fucking Big Ben's doing.
Well, my vote a month ago would have been Jonathan freaking Taylor.
Poor guy.
That's dead, and it's not even his fault.
I know.
Nope.
But you brought up the Rams. Let me talk about another person who sucks. Okay. You know,
wait. Are we talking about the whole trash organization, or are we just singling out one person?
Oh no, I'm going to.
Hey man, come on now, man. Cooper Kupp's the guy.
Cooper Kupp deserves MVP.
There will be no Cooper Kupp slander on this podcast. I'll tell you that right now.
I will. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is a great wide receiver.
White Kupp, man.
Yeah, he should get. He should get MVP. Honestly, if this wasn't a quarterback league, I mean, the Rams, I don't know where they'd be without him. But I don't even know where to start with the Rams. And Justin,
I can tell you exactly where to start.
And Justin, man, we're gonna have to debate this game, because both the fake news teams are playing each other in the first round. So one of them's got to go. But Byron, you want to talk about Byron, we'll let you talk about the Rams 49ers. Then we'll get Justin's expert insight, and then I'm just gonna probably just cuss out Matt Stafford. So go ahead.
Well, first off, I hate the Rams. I think we all know this. It was that NFC Championship game where the Aaron non-PI call that just put them on my shit list forever. They had a chance to get off my shit list, because all they had to do was beat the 49ers and the Saints would have been in the playoffs. But no, they shit the bed. Their defense shit the bed. Matt Stafford threw a fucking interception at the end of the game that sealed the deal. Like, I like Cooper Kupp. He's an amazing receiver. I like Deebo Samuel. He's an amazing receiver as well. But fuck the Rams, man. Trash organization.
Justin, go ahead.
Who am I doing? The Cardinals?
Yeah, go ahead with the Cardinals. Go ahead.
The Cardinals, they definitely stumbled into the playoffs for sure. They started off the year 7-0 and then ended the year 11-6. Beat us 2 weeks ago, the Cowboys, and then laid an egg against the Seahawks. But I mean, shit, they beat the Rams way back in week 4 when they were still undefeated. But yeah, the Cardinals have Kyler Murray. He's working without D-Hop right now. James Conner at running back. JJ Watt potentially coming back. They're a good football team, but they can be a little shaky at times. They abort a lot of plays. There'll just be plays where Kyler Murray just throws the ball away because the play is just blown up instantly. But Arizona showed me some things when they beat Cleveland at Cleveland all the way back in week 6 when they didn't have Kyler Murray. I think he was hurt. There's a bunch of players out with COVID. So they're a good football team, but they're shaky.
Cedric, congratulations. I don't know how y'all did it. The Eagles are in the playoffs. Are you happy? Is Jalen Hurts your guy now? What's up?
Why you gotta ask me these things, man? Okay, look. We may or may not have sacrificed a small baby goat to make it to the playoffs. May or may not have. There may be some type of voodoo witchcraft that got us to the playoffs because we truly have no fucking business being here. It's just another week. We get one extra week to play football. So, yeah, I'm happy about that. Sure. Is Jalen Hurts my guy? I mean, he's the best running back I've seen in the league for a little while. But that's neither here nor there. Like,
the best running back. Wow.
Like, I like what he does. He knows how to get touchdowns. He knows how to win football games, I guess. I mean, shoot, I thought he was just going to be dog shit this year. So getting to the playoffs is nice. I mean, we beat some teams that we had no business beating, but it is what it is. I mean, it's really hard to be excited where the last week of football, we're getting our asses pounded by the Dallas Cowboys. It's like, hey, have fun in the playoffs, guys. It's like, yeah.
I mean, we whooped up on your second team defense. I mean,
whatever. Hey, but Dallas needed to do that to get their offense in sync.
Yeah, we definitely needed to do that to get a little bit of confidence after that damn Arizona game. That game was fucking ridiculous.
But Justin, aren't you mad at the Rams too? Because they messed it up. Because you guys are playing the 49ers, and no offense, y'all might be getting bounced.
Yeah, it's an absolute possibility. The 49ers, they impressed me so much on Sunday. They were down 17-0 against the fake news Rams. I was going to say it. The Rams are fake news. I do not see them. I do not see them fucking going to the NFC Championship one bit. That team is fake news. They were up 17-0.
I need Aaron Donald to do something
at halftime, and then the 49ers come out, and I kid you not, they have a drive that lasted about 7 minutes, all runs, just punched the Rams in the mouth. Absolutely punched them in the mouth. Jimmy G came out in the first couple series. You could tell his thumb was definitely bothering him, but he eventually settled down, started completing some throws, and they in the second half, they low-key put it to the Rams. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough matchup. They have a really good defense. They have an identity. They're going to run the ball. Jimmy G can complete some throws. Like, yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough matchup for my Cowboys.
Deebo Samuel's one of the best running backs I've seen in a long time too.
Deebo Samuel is a fucking weapon.
Yeah,
I hated him in fantasy.
I loved him in fantasy.
I bet you do. I had Elijah Mitchell. I needed them fucking touches.
I mean, Byron, as we say, Jimmy G said he's not going home.
He said he was not going home.
He said they're winning that game no matter what.
I mean, they impressed me. I'm not going to lie. The 49ers impressed me.
Jimmy G is the prize of the QB offseason. He's going if Aaron Rodgers is not in play, which I'm telling you right now he won't be. Everyone needs to find a way to get Jimmy G in because the man just when when he plays games for the 49ers, they win. Simple as that. They're only a bad team when he's not playing. Kyle Shanahan can coach when he has Jimmy G.
When he doesn't.
They drafted Trey Lance third, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be next up. So Jimmy G's going to be on the market. And if I'm Denver, if I'm Indy, if I'm Carolina,
Cleveland,
if I'm Cleveland, we can think about Baker if you want to. I personally think Baker should get another.
I do too, but I think you need to bring someone in.
He is going to get another year.
Yeah,
we got to see him healthy one more time.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to bring another starting quarterback in, though?
Yeah, to challenge him to be like, hey, if you suck, you're out. Period.
Baker, I don't know, man. Baker has some commercials. They don't have to. If Baker don't win the campaign, there goes the whole commercial block. They done recorded that shit for nothing because it's not his house if he ain't starting.
That's true. I'm just saying. I see Jimmy G. When I saw that game, bro, because they were down 17-0, I grabbed my controller. I get the alerts that they're coming back. I'm like, hold on. What is happening? I had the game on my iPad playing video games, and I had to switch it up because I was like,
the crazy part is Jimmy G gets it done. He don't be throwing a ton of touchdowns.
No.
He just gets the job done. And
the job done. The 49ers have a good team.
And Cedric brought up Aaron Donald. That deep, they sold out. They sold their souls to the devil to get all the pieces this year. And they're about to probably get bounced in the first round.
Still, how they got Odell Beckham Jr., I don't know how that works.
Hey, that pick was to Odell.
It was because he underthrew him. Matt Stafford underthrew a wide open Odell Beckham Jr. for a touchdown.
I mean, Matt Stafford underthrew a receiver is not something I've never really thought I have to see. Normally, he overthrows everything.
Right.
Got a cannon bar. But, also, since we shouting out quarterbacks, Justin, people need to give some respect because you brought that son. Shout out to freaking Derek Carr, man. Honestly.
That nigga Derek Carr, man.
If it wasn't
he been winning, boy.
If Mike Vrabel did not do what he did with the Titans, man, the Raiders deserve organization, they deserve all these awards. Their coach, he got scapegoated by the league. Let's just call it 100. He got outed.
Well,
Ruggs killed somebody.
Well,
Arnett got kicked out.
We're having guns on.
I forget who else.
Damn, you bitching all day criminal dirt.
There's another one that happened in week 18. But
yes, all of this happened.
Yeah, who was that? That one, the other receiver was caught a Dewey on his way out of Indy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All this happened, and they got in the playoffs. Put some respect on Derek Carr's name. Period.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Drag them. Didn't have Darren Waller all of December.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing it to Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow is a great wide receiver.
White man. He's still good.
Man, I fear for that man.
Put some respect on that man's name.
I'm telling you,
he's another guy who needs to get paid.
They play the local team down here.
Did he get paid a couple years ago though?
They need to pay him more.
Yeah, but Derek Carr is going to be in Cincinnati this weekend.
Are you
Bengals
going?
beat them? Huh? Nah. But Bengals beat them earlier this year.
And shout out to the Bengals too. Honestly, the AFC is so wide open. That offense is explosive. They can make it to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, Bengals beat them 32-13, but that was before Derek Carr started going insane. Let me give you some of the Bengals. They're low. Burrow had 4,611 passing yards, 34 touchdowns. Jamar Chase. If y'all forgot about him at LSU, he came back this year and told y'all who the fuck he is because he had 81 catches, 1,455 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
The Bengals record as a rookie broke the record, broke Chad Johnson's record.
And then Joe Mixon, I don't know if he still is now, but during the season, he was the second leading rusher in the league.
Yeah, he's up there. They have a potent offense.
Yeah.
They have a potent offense. The line's a little shaky. So I think Max Crosby and those boys are going to be able to get some pressure on Joe Burrow. Betting wise, I think the Bengals are going to win, but this is actually one of the bets I took. The Raiders are 5. Huh?
Aki bets?
Yes. The Raiders are a 5.5-point favorite. I think they're covering that. I think the Bengals win, but it's going to be the Bengals aren't blowing them out a second time this year. That will not happen.
They have pride, man. The Raiders have some pride.
Yes, they do. Like that cannot be disputed. That team literally went through hell. Coach got set up. I mean, he said some bullshit though. So let's not
10 years ago, working somewhere else.
Yeah.
They said we got to get this Urban Meyer stuff out the news. Who we getting rid of? And they said, "Oh, John, I'm sorry."
Yeah, they made Antonio Brown look smart too. That's the worst part.
Oh, we didn't even. Oh God.
Antonio Brown's out here like, I told you he was racist. I told y'all.
Antonio Brown, AB. Go check out his song today.
I forgot to listen to that. I saw that.
It was trash. It was trash.
Oh, come on, man. You knew it was trash, but at least the video had to be popping.
I saw a lot of watches. That was it.
Well, that's what I would tell you the link.
I would tell you to link it in the show notes, but I don't want our fans to go giving that man E.
No.
Let's check it out on Spotify.
We can talk about him after. Let's actually get into some predictions. So,
oh boy,
we're starting with the AFC. So, Justin, you're saying Cincinnati covers and wins?
Cincinnati wins, Raiders cover.
Okay. Byron?
I'm going to go Cincinnati. Good Ohio team.
Cedric?
I like Cincinnati. I mean, Joe Burrow's a beast.
Yeah. He's a beast. I'd take Cincinnati too, but no, I just fuck it. Derek Carr, Oakland. Vegas. I'm sorry. Oh, man, fuck Vegas.
Wow.
Here's another one. Man, these teams might be fake news USA too. Bills, Patriots.
those are fake news.
Another one of my bets. Take the Patriots.
Okay.
They're getting 4 points. So I took them. That's already in. They split the season series. The first game was complete bullshit.
That was the worst. That was terrible.
That was the snow game. That was the Monday night game where Mac Jones threw 3 goddamn passes. Like the game's going to look definitely more like the second one. I think it's going to be more like their game. Their first game they played last year. It was 24-20. It was 24-21 Bills. I think that's going to be the score of this game. Bills win. Pats cover.
Cedric?
I like the Bills. Good Josh Allen.
That was Justin's original white man.
He still is. That man's still hard too.
Called him the white Cam Newton.
That's so man. I hate
don't
that
even know
so
if I can call him
much.
white Cam Newton anymore. He just Josh Allen because he better than Cam Newton. He be doing some shit with the ball that I've never seen before.
That nigga tall. He be launching that bitch sometime. This nigga, you guarantee. Listen, he's one of my favorite fantasy quarterbacks. You know he getting at least 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh,
I learned that last year.
Byron, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Bills because I don't trust the Patriots defense.
Oh, I'm gonna go Bills because the Patriots been shaky lately, bro. They've been shaky. Besides dropping 50 on Jacksonville, that
Jacksonville showed pride on Sunday. They showed pride.
And Indianapolis didn't. I can't go back to the Colts.
The Colts might have to be on your shit list. That might have to be the new team. They might be the new Georgia.
New Georgia, damn.
I don't know if he wants it that early. Shit.
I mean, it goes in phases, man. Like Georgia's always been up there for me. I had a Houston Rockets phase where I hated all of them.
You still do hate the Rockets,
right? You do.
I can never forgive them. But now it's just transferred over. It transferred over to James Harden. That's a whole different thing. Byron, Kansas City, Pittsburgh. I don't know which Kansas City's showing up though.
Well, if that's true. They have been on a hot streak recently, so I'm gonna go Kansas City.
Justin,
Kansas City going with the dog shit out the next game.
Oh well, Cedric.
I need Big Ben to just be done, so I need Kansas City to take care of him. Patty Mahomes just show him the way out.
But Justin, you literally said in group text, if TJ Watt goes off, anything's possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't think that's
okay. Fair.
He can get double teamed all night.
He should. He better.
Yeah.
Philadelphia against the defending champs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No one's given Tampa Bay a shot this year. Here we go again. Cedric?
I hate revenge Brady. I do, but I'm a fan, so I'll pick Philly. I hate revenge Brady so much because I know the last time Brady lost the Super Bowl was against us. And I know this nigga knows that means something to him too. And so he go bust our ass. He gonna talk some shit. I know he gonna talk some shit because he ain't got Belichick looking over his shoulder to say, "Yo, Tom, rein it in." Like this is Super Bowl throwing the trophy, Lombardi Trophy from boats. Tom Brady, he don't give a fuck.
Justin.
I'm looking at stats right now. This guy's insane. This man threw for 5,316 yards and 43 touchdowns this season. 43 fucking years old. With that said, I think the Eagles are going to show up this game. I think it's going to be closer than y'all might think. It's an 8.5-point favorite. I would take the Eagles, but God's is not going to let them win this game. So Tom Brady's going to win it. They're getting a couple buys back. They're getting Fournette back, Levante David. Philly knows who they are too. They are a running football team, and they do it a little differently than a lot of teams in the NFL with running the quarterback in the run game, not like scrambling and passing, like just using him as a runner. So I think that it's going to be a little wrinkle that the Bucs are going to have to account for with it, and I think they're not going to be able to. It's going to take them a couple quarters to get that in check. So I think the Eagles put up a shot.
Weren't the Bucs like top 5 rushing defense in the league?
Yes,
they are, but Philly does it different. They're not just turning around and handing the ball off. Like they're creative with it. So I think, and running quarterbacks are going to pose an issue for. I think a running quarterback's going to pose an issue. Their secondary is a little shaky, but I don't think the Eagles can really exploit that. But I think it's going to be closer than what people think, but the Bucs still win.
Byron?
The Bucs are probably going to win, but I'm rooting for the Eagles.
I appreciate you, Byron.
If Tom Brady
fly, Eagle, fly.
If he comes in the game not smiling, it's a wrap.
Well, he's not coming to the game smiling. Why would he come to the game smiling?
If he has, everyone knows that. Well, he might be a little happy, with. But if he comes in that playoff Tom Brady, that one from the commercials, it's a wrap.
Tom Brady showing up. First of all, we all know his wife gonna be up in the box already. He's gonna get pissed. He's giving him an earful. Like, listen, like, we done moved all the way down here. You better not lose to these niggas again. Like, you better go out there with that ass. Like,
Justin, Cowboys. 49ers.
We got the home game. Goddamn, Jimmy Garoppolo is scary in a 2-minute drill. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. It's going to be close. I got to go with my team, I think.
Byron?
After what the 49ers showed me on Sunday, that they can come back down 17-0 to win and overtime by a field goal, I'm going to pick the 49ers.
Cedric?
I really don't like the Cowboys.
I know you don't.
I really don't. Like, they're like my least favorite team in NFC East.
I mean, like, it's between the Giants and the Eagles with me. So
I mean, like, it's just straight. Like, it ain't between. Like, I fucking hate y'all. Like, y'all motherfuckers always America's team, always on fucking primetime football. But god damn it,
buddy.
Listen, I can't even wish bad because I actually like Jerry Jones's owner. I think he does a great job as far as paying his people.
You know Dak Prescott better than Jimmy G. You know he is Dak.
I don't know if he is better than Jimmy G. Also been telling me that Dak Prescott sucks.
First of all, Mitch doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But I'm going to go with the Cowboys, honestly, because if they're on, they spark. And I'm sorry, the 49ers defense isn't really that great. So if that offense is going, shit. And I like Micah Parsons. He's like maybe the only person on that team that I'm cool with. Zeke done got too chubby. He been eating too much.
Damn.
He got 1,000 yards this season, fucking barely. But
hey, Tony Pollard's on his ass. That's the only reason why he got that 1,000 yards. It's like I'm on your ass.
He said he got chubby.
Him and no man. Actually, I am going Cowboys. I like their defense. Y'all defense is nice. Y'all got Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons. Honestly, I think Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Those are your defensive players of the year candidates right there. I heard someone today tell me that Myles Garrett should get. I was like, listen, I understand I'm in Cleveland, but what the fuck are you smoking? Like,
Myles Garrett's a problem, boy. He is.
He's good, but I'm like, man, this nigga Trayvon Diggs has more interceptions than half the teams in the league.
Man, That's true. He
was averaging a pick a game.
We're second in the league in takeaways, which is amazing. We need them. We're gonna need to do it on Sunday. But you watch the games like, dude, Diggs be getting cooked sometimes. He's boomer bust.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. That man was getting a pick a game. I remember when I had that good Cowboys defense for like 3 weeks in fantasy football. I was loving it. I was like, man, just give me one pick. Here he comes. Boom, there it is. I was like, oh, thank you, Diggs.
I'm gonna be honest, Justin. I want the Cowboys to win because I want Cowboys versus Tampa next.
Why?
Because Dak Prescott at the end of the first game of the season, he said one of my favorite lines to Tom. He said, "We'll see you soon." So I want that to happen. Also, that is ratings. That's week one.
Week one.
That is ratings.
It wasn't even soon.
I mean, the NFL. I mean, everyone was fighting. The networks were fighting for this Cowboys 49ers game. I mean, let's just be real. But if it's Cowboys Bucks next week, oh my God.
I heard the Fox.
I like our chances. Arguing. I like our chances we can get past the 49ers. I think beating the 49ers right now at this point in the season will be harder than beating the Bucks at this point in the season if we can get past them.
You feel you gonna get that Super Bowl? It's been a minute.
No, Green Bay would beat the dog shit out of Dallas.
Whoa. You said Green Bay?
They'd beat the dog shit out of y'all. No, I ain't beating them.
Whoa. Let's stop speculating. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Well, we saved the best. We saved the best for last. The fake news game. The Rams versus the Cardinals. Byron.
You already know who I'm picking. Cardinals. Fuck the Rams.
Cedric.
I'm picking the Rams. I need Cooper Kupp. I know Cooper Kupp was hurt at the last game too. I saw the picture. He's like, damn, my feelings are hurt. I need Cooper Kupp, man. Let the white man win one. That man was out here getting receivers. He ain't gonna win MVP, so shit. You might as well let him get this. Like,
he should at least win Offensive Player of the Year.
If he doesn't win that, then that's just really rude. That just shows how much they love Aaron Rodgers. If they give him MVP and Offensive Player of the Year.
145 catches, 9,000. No, not 9,000.
I was about to say.
Right. What football he playing?
16 touchdowns. Matt Stafford threw fucking 41 touchdowns. I still think he sucks. I don't think he sucks, but he's just fake dude.
He's good at showing the receivers we're good. And make your receivers look good.
He does.
Coaching mismatch. I don't know about Cliff Kingsbury. I gotta take the Cardinals. I can't. They dished out all this money, but I just think Kyler Murray is going to be special on Monday. I think Kyler Murray is going to do some special things. James Conner's back. Man scored 15 touchdowns this year. They don't have D-Hop, but they still got weapons. Christian Kirk, all right. AJ Green, Zach Ertz, like I think the Cardinals going to pull it off.
Justin, what's the line on this game?
Rams are a 4-point favorite, but let me
Lord.
Let me verify that.
If the Rams, man, that last game was just terrible. Just terrible. And the Cardinals, they don't have DeAndre Hopkins. And the Rams are at home. So they're a 4-point favorite at home. They're not even a touchdown.
Did they have anyone hurt for real?
Who, the Rams?
Yeah.
No.
Because I mean, Robert Woods was hurt at practice, but they picked
he's the one.
Beckham,
He's the one. Yeah,
they picked up OBJ, so like,
and they still are booty.
Damn.
I gotta take the Rams because it's just that Arizona doesn't have Hopkins. I mean, that's all I can say. If the Rams lose this,
yeah, Rams are a 4-point favorite at home.
If they lose this game, they won't have to worry about ESPN giving them an earful. They're gonna get it from here.
They're a good Monday night football game.
Byron been giving them. I would say Byron been giving them an earful for years. They ain't listening to this.
Oh well, they're gonna get a worse one because now they're gonna have everyone's attention.
You want to tweet at them?
Absolutely. I'm tagging all of them. Fuck them.
All of them? Who is all of them?
I mean, they do have to win this game. They really do. I mean, you pay Jared Goff all that damn money.
Mm-hmm.
You realize he's trash, and then you trade for Matt Stafford. You think Matt Stafford's going to be the answer. You trade for Von Miller. You trade for Odell Beckham. I mean, they got a lot right. And they have no first round pick. Like, they have to do something. Like, they have to get back to a Super Bowl. All this talent. Like, yeah, we got to put the Rams on notice if they don't win.
We are going to tell them.
They suck. I'm just going to start.
I'm going to personally go up to Sean McVay and be like, well, so you blame Jared Goff. You get rid of Jared Goff and you get your guy, and you still have the same outcome. You went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, and you get a more talented Matt Stafford, and this is what you do with him? Yeah. I'm coming for Sean McVay. I'll come for him.
I forgot that Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl.
That
nigga almost won too.
Yeah, because the Patriots, the offense was bad. That was the year Julian Edelman won Super Bowl MVP. But the worst thing is Sean McVay took them to the Super Bowl, and everyone who knew Sean McVay's middle name got coaching jobs after that. They're like, oh, he could be the next Sean McVay. He could be the next Sean McVay.
Yep.
Hasn't been back fucking since.
I mean, he got that clown Brandon Staley a job, Chargers coach. Mm-hmm. And I didn't say this when we were going in about that game, but the dumbest decision of that game, they were up by they're up by like 3 or something. I can't remember how much we're up by. They get the ball at their own 18. They go for it on 4th and 1. And then not even like throwing the ball because you have the best quarterback in that game, Justin Herbert. They just turn around and hand it off to Eckler, and the Raiders stuff it. Just gave the Raiders 3 points. Stupid.
At least it wasn't 7.
Well,
if the Raiders would have scored in the red zone that game, they wouldn't have went to overtime. The Raiders will whoop their ass. They kicked a lot of field goals that game.
All right, well, that's the end of the Super Pod. Let's Rams. Sean McVay, especially, you're on notice now. Let's go to some closing remarks. We'll start off with Justin.
Yeah, that was fun. We got to invite y'all on for more football podcasts and just shoot the shit.
Cedric.
I like football. Football's a fun sport. It's a good sport to watch. I'm going to be sad when we're in the off seasons for everything again because I got to listen to Evan's podcast.
Dang. Dang.
You can't be saying that on
well, no, like because that's the only way I keep up with basketball because so many games happen during the week and I work during the week. And a lot of times I got to be up early, so I can't watch the game. So I have to recap with Evan's podcast. And sometimes he may not mention every game.
Oh, yeah. Tell Evan to get on more.
I mean, like, I guess it's because there's a lot of games that happen, but like at least you mention every game.
The NBA is on every goddamn day, and that nigga does a podcast quarterly.
That's what I'm saying.
Until the playoffs, that he's on every week.
And by then, I'm already watching.
I don't need you by then.
Because I'm just saying because like there's not all the teams make it, so there's not as many games, and they alternate. These teams play one day, these teams play the next day. The same teams that played the day before play now. Like, it alternates.
That's what I do. Watch the Lakers and whatever games on national TV.
Oh,
like,
God.
I wanted to hear takes about like Klay Thompson coming back. I wanted to hear any questions about like this whole like I saw someone tweet that Kyrie Billups, Chauncey Billups said like Kyrie was like the best point guard or whatever. Like I wanted to hear takes on that.
Sure, I might do an NBA podcast while Evan's in hiatus because I didn't know what the fuck Benjamin Simmons is doing.
Well, before we go to Byron's thing, I don't know if it's more so Evan. It's more so since he's on here. If Evan did more podcasts, Justin, you would be swamped.
Yes, I would.
That's what Byron said.
Byron would be swamped. Byron already has stuff. We can't be having Evan do stuff. This whole month's about to be like, there's going to be like 4 wrestling podcasts.
Oh, fuck.
That was your guys' choice. You made
it's
it.
Royal Rumble.
It's the Royal Rumble. It's the only time WWE is good television.
First of all, man, this is the only time I fill out that little sheet or whatever that they ask. Like,
speaking of that, Jacob did ask if you guys want to be on his Royal Rumble pod.
I don't know.
You're boycotting it?
I mean, at this point, fuck him.
Byron, if you boycott the wrestling pods, then I mean, your goals, you're going to go back down for your own personal goals.
Own personal goals that I needed just like a solo podcast in the top 10. I already got a collaborative one in the top 10. I got 2 of them.
I'm telling you right now, as producer of this whole goddamn thing, WWE keep bullshitting. I'm gonna call Jacob. We're gonna be like, we're gonna be AEW focused, and we will have WWE as a side note in every single podcast. They keep playing. I'm gonna put the real executive producer cap on. I'll shut it all down. Producer. I'll shut it all down.
Shut this shit down.
I'll shut it all down. I get so sick of looking at that group message and all you guys bitching about all these fire-ins. I'm just watching AEW. It's better.
I ain't bitching. I just send the same thing every time. Another one.
Cedric, you know I am not talking about you.
Another one. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. Another one bites the
I mean,
dust.
I'm probably the main one that bitches about WD.
I mean, you boycotting now, so you gonna watch the Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Byron, that shit is just like, I feel like it's stressing you out, bro. Like you just need to switch up the company that you're watching and you will feel better. I'm telling you.
So invested in it, honestly.
Justin, in all seriousness, in 3 years, AEW will have the same problem. Like, that's why I don't get mad. That's why I don't get mad about it, because like they're gonna keep getting people. There's a whole bunch of people on AEW's roster. If you paid attention, you're like, damn, what happened to them? And they're getting canned. It's just not publicized enough. It's the same thing.
Yeah, growing too fast.
They ain't got Vince.
They're doing that, and then their money's not making record profits. So you gotta live. But I have more things to say about
NXT is the shit. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
no, it's not anymore, bro. They fucked it up.
No, his girl's a champ.
That's fine.
Whew. Special boy, I'm telling you.
So my only last thing, me personally, is going to be about Georgia. Kirby Smart was the 4th head coach in the college football era since 1980 to win a championship for his alma mater. So, and also,
good job, Kirby.
41-year drought. Congrats to Georgia. Said this on a podcast that we recorded that hasn't come out yet, but happy 30th birthday, Cedric Ware, that just passed. So happy 30th.
Hey, thanks.
Happy 30th, Cedric.
I'm old now.
Welcome to the 30 club.
But with that being said, this is the L7C. This was a fun, super thing. Buckeyes, can't wait to see you on next year playoffs. We're here now. Can't wait to see Justin's insight during the playoffs. And hopefully we come back together, and hopefully we have these good games. Hopefully no one gets blown out.
Hopefully people make money off Justin's bets.
I want the Rams to get blown out.
Hopefully people make money off Justin's bet.
Steelers are going to get.
All right. And with that being said, this is the S7C podcast. Take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.